Wow, thanks so very much, Pastor Tabitha, for your good song. May the Lord God bless you and increase you from every side. This is Mataro once again coming to you live from our broadcast, from our studios, and I believe that you are doing well and the Lord has kept you well. It is my hope that you've been waiting to hear from Mataro TV, and the moment and the hour is here that you receive the best that we are going to release from our studios. Yes, I believe that you have already understood that we are a people who are never allow ourselves to share selfishness, but we are out to share with as many as possible. So if you are connected through Facebook, please make sure that you allow many to know that we are live on Mataro TV. Share with them that link and allow them also to share what you're about to give to all of us. Also, if you are connected through YouTube, do the same. Allow many to subscribe, and I want to promise all of us it will be well. We are not going to let you down, neither are we going to frustrate you, but we are going to give you the best. Also, to those of us that are tuned through Instagram and also Twitter, not forgetting to them that will be connecting through TikTok, please also share with your neighbors. Let your brothers, sisters, your relatives know that we are on air, and we are here to boost you through knowledge. And I want to promise all of us that as you take your time to reason, you're not going to remain the same again. Now I want to welcome all of us from our four corners of our beloved country, Kenya. Wherever you are tuned in, feel that you are most welcome. Not forgetting to invite on board them that belong to the East African community, that is Tanzania, Uganda, South Sudan, Burundi, Rwanda, and Congo. And we cannot also forget to invite the whole of Africa, our brothers and sisters in every country of our beloved Africa. Now we can also go beyond the boundaries of our beloved Africa to the nations of the West. We want to welcome on board them that are tuned in from America, Britain, Russia, China, India, and all other parts of the world. Not forgetting to mention them that are tuned in from Arab countries. May the Lord bless you as you take your time to listen from what you're about to release through Mataro TV. Yes, let me just give us a moment of preparation, even as we switch on to the other side of the studio to receiving a number that is coming on air in a smooth way, and I hope that you're going to enjoy. Welcome and enjoy this number.
maisha, ukaniokoa, kanivalisha vazi la kuigia Zayuni. Maisha yangu Baba nayaweka kwako, unitawale Baba. Haleluya, amina. Maisha yangu Baba nayaweka kwako, unitawale Baba. Haleluya, amina. Nishike mkono maisha yangu yote, ninatamani sana kuingia Zayuni. Maisha yangu Baba nayaweka kwako, unitawale Baba.
Thanks also very much, Apostle John, there for your good song. May the Lord God bless you and keep you strong. Today we are going to embark on our very topic. Remember, we are dealing with a call to the hurting man, whereby we discuss about the mentorship of the boy child. And today we are going to embark on our very topic, the topic of social leadership. And today I'm going to begin from where we stopped. Remember, we are talking about social leadership, and I'm going to pick from where we stopped. And I want to single out something here before we get continued. And this concerns the self-image. Now, it was the duty, as I've always said again and again, that it was the duty of the father to nurture and to mentor their sons to understanding better what is social leadership and how to go about it. And now, before I I get into details about social leadership, that's why I've just said I'll single out something that is very important for all of us to understand, and that is a self-image. Now, what is self-image? Now, self-image, it's the way we see ourselves and the way we evaluate ourselves, not the way other people think about us. So the way you carry yourself, the way you see yourself, and the way you evaluate yourself talks volume about your self-image. And so it was the duty of a good father to mentor his son to understand better how to come up strong in their self-image. And a father would tell his son that when you are weak in your self-image, you'll always expect in your life some negative result. But when you carry within yourself a healthy image, then what ought to be expected in your life are positive results. And so a son would demand to know from the father, what is this animal that you are calling self-image? And the father would take his son in 5 special steps on how to grow healthy in their self-image. And these 5 steps are as follows. A father would tell his son that if you want to live happy and if you want to enjoy your life, you must carry with yourself this mindset and this attitude that you are lovable. Number 2, a father would tell his son that this mindset should carry with you, and this attitude you should always keep within you, that you are acceptable. And number 3, that you are wanted. Number 4, that you are special. And number 5, that you are capable of making your own decisions. Now, why was it so important for a father to to introduce his son to such a noble topic, it is because he knew if the son would not be trained to understand the importance of loving themselves, they'll develop what we call an inferiority complex in themselves. And it will be very hard for them to come out of it in life. And so a father would tell his son that keep this mindset and keep this attitude within yourself that you are lovable. So wherever you find yourself and wherever you go, you must tell yourself that I am lovable. And be reminded, my listeners, that the voice of the Father speaking in a son has a lot of power and a lot of potential. And so when a son would be opposed of his maybe agement, or maybe a son would be opposed by those challenges that come along the way, he would hear the voice of the Father in himself saying, my son, you are lovable. There is power in the words of a father. There is, and I want to repeat myself again, that there is power in the words of a father. And so also this one I don't want to skip. I don't want to be silent about this. I want just to remind all of us that a child grows from what they hear and what they see. So if a child would hear from the father that they are lovable, it does not matter who hates them. It does not matter who turns them down. It does not matter who criticizes them. As long as the voice of the father is speaking in them that they are lovable, they carry themselves strong, and they walk strong, and they fight whatever battles that come their way. So it is important even for any father who is listening to me to start speaking such words to your young ones who are coming up and also to the boys that you are trying to mentor and to raise to become real men. So keep on telling them you are lovable. It may not make sense this time round, but in the near future such words will reciprocate in them. Such words will start working in them. It may take time, it may tarry, but I'm telling you, you are not wasting your words. There comes a time when such words will be so meaningful in their life, when such words will be pillars in their lives. And so a father would not stop there. He would go on and tell his son. Number two, because the world is full of opposition and acceptance, it's so rare in the world, you must understand from a young age that you are acceptable. Remember, one thing is needful for all of us to understand, that what is in you talks volume more than what comes from without. So what is in you, it's what makes who you are. It is not that which comes from without. And so a father would prepare his son from an early age to carry himself in a way and or in a positive way that will be able to counterattack the negatives that come from without. So a father would tell his son that, my son, as long as you live, always keep to tell yourself that you are acceptable. Now, as I've just said, that there are more oppositions from without more than acceptance. There are more criticism from without than from within. And so when a child would grow understanding that they are acceptable, even in the midst of challenges, even in the midst of criticism, even in the midst of those cold shoulders that will come about, the son would keep telling himself, remember, you are acceptable. Daddy said you are acceptable. So even when they are denied opportunities, they have the power to bounce back, because they have a voice speaking in them that they are acceptable. And I've always said these words that as sometimes I enjoy seeing the politicians do their politics, because no matter how much you reject a politician, rejection, no matter how much you turn him down, no matter how much you shout him off, he'll bounce back and come back to you until he makes his point hard. So that is the kind of a thing that I'm talking about. If you're not well prepared, you cannot make a strong social leader. You cannot have some effect, you cannot be effective in your social leadership. So what makes somebody to become strong in social leadership? It is the kind of molding the father that will carry in the life of the child. So if the father would mold his son to understand that they are lovable and they are acceptable, he is preparing for them a platform to win, not to fail, a platform to becoming strong leaders, not weak leaders. So he would go ahead and tell his son, it does not matter how many times you are rejected, the power to win over rejection is inside of you. The driving force is not from without, the driving force is from within. And so a father would nurture his son and mentor his son into such understanding. Now he would not also stop there. He would tell his son, my son, number 3, you must always remember that you are wanted. In other words, you are on demand. You are very scarce. No other leader is like you. And so carry yourself as a man who is on demand. You are wanted. So even in your family, see yourself wanted. In your age group, see yourself wanted. In the society, see yourself wanted. In the country, see yourself wanted. I'm telling you, when a son is prepared in such a manner, you cannot stop them from from getting what they want in life. You cannot hinder them. You cannot stop them. You cannot put pressure on them and make them deviate from what they want in life. So this is very important. A son would be told of his father that you are on demand, you are wanted. And so in the midst of opposition, in the midst of his criticizers, in the midst of the challenges of life, a son would hear a voice speaking in him, the voice of the father, that you are on demand. And so a son would run to create their own space even in the midst of opposition, because they are on demand. It does not matter how many times you shout them down, as long as the voice of the father is speaking in them, you cannot overshadow them, you cannot demean them, you cannot water them down. They'll go for what they have intended to go for in life. A father would continue and tell his son, my son, number 4, never forget that you are special. You are not like your brothers, you are not like your sisters, neither are you like your cousins. You are special in your own way. You are special in your own making. And so have confidence in what you can do. Have confidence on who you are. Have confidence in everything that comes your way, and you have what it takes to handle. Have confidence that you can handle anything that comes your way, that you can that you can negotiate your way through storms, and because you are special. So carry yourself a special person all the time, and never ever compare yourself to nobody. And I want to repeat myself here. A father would give a stern warning to his son that never ever compare yourself to anybody else, because you'll never be like that person, whether they are so frank in their talk, whether they are powerful in some areas and you feel like you are weak in those areas. You are not them. You are yourself, and you should carry yourself special in your own unique ways. So a son would be taught of his father on how to defend himself himself. Because we cannot be equal in life. Neither can we be treated the same way, all of us in life. We are different in our own making. We are unique in our own making. And that's why a father would deposit that kind of a stuff in his son, such that his son will never compare himself to others, will never compare himself to his brothers or his sisters, but he will carry himself a unique making in life. So a father would not stop there. He would go ahead and tell his son, my son, I want you also to understand this, that you are capable of making your own decisions. Now, this one is so scary, because we are living in a world whereby people don't want to make their own decision. They depend on other people's decision, whether bad or good. They depend entirely on other people's decision. Now, for you to be able to make your own decision, you need to have a good foundation, and a foundation where a good father prepared for you. So if you are not well prepared, if you are not well nurtured, if you are not well mentored in that good foundation, I'm telling you, no matter how many times you try to come out of your own defeat, it will never work for you. You need to understand that the decision that makes you prosper, the decision that make you become successful, do not necessarily come from without. It is your own unique decisions that prospers you and makes you successful. You may take other people's decision, and I am not ruling out borrowing from other people. It is always good to exchange ideas and ideas and opinions with other people. But when it comes to making of decision, a father would prepare his son to understand the importance of making his own decision, because if they are not in a capacity to make their own decision, they will always follow after others. They will always be dictated on what to do or what not to do. They will always be judged wrong by others. Hear this and hear this very well, the father who is watching and the son who is following me. It is important to understand that if you are not capable of making your own decision, people will misuse you. People will misjudge you. People will misinterpret you. And so a father would prepare his son to understand the importance of making one's decision. Be capable of making your own decision. And so a father would tell his son, it does not matter what storm comes your way. It does not matter who challenges you. It does not matter who opposes you. Be reminded, the decision you make will make your tomorrow become brighter or dark. Whatever decision you make will make your tomorrow become a better day or a bad day for you. Whatever decision you make will either prosper you or make you a failure. Whatever decision that you make will either make you crawl or fly up. So a father will tell his son, be careful of what decisions you make, and be reminded you have the power to make your own decisions. I want to pause at that, and I take you to the other side of the studio to receive a number, and I hope you are enjoying, not enduring. Remember, I promise that I'm not going to frustrate you, neither am I going to let you down, but I'm going to give you the best. And be reminded, it is only in Mataro TV where such wisdom is released to many. God bless you as you enjoy this number.
Adua
Thanks so very much, Pastor Jedida, for your good song. May the Lord God bless you and keep you strong. Now, we are still on our very topic, the topic of social leadership. And I'm reminding all of us that it is the duty of every good father to mold their son's self-image. Be reminded, I've just said in our previous talk that when our self-image is weak, whatever we expect in our lives is the result that you see, or the result that we receive at the end of it all, are negative result. But when we enjoy in ourselves a healthy self-image, what we expect are the best of the result that is positive result at the end of the day. So we are saying it is the duty of a good father to mold self-image in their daughters and also in their sons. Now today we have suffered a major blow, since most of our sons and daughters were brought up by absentee fathers. And that's why we have a problem we have a problem that is facing all of us, a problem of good fathers. We have, it's like we are having a very bad thing that is happening in our society. We have fathers who are able to father sons and daughters, but who are not able to nurture, to mentor, and to raise up true daughters and true sons. And so we must understand that we are suffering a major blow in our society because we do not have so many men who can make real fathers. Why? Because they were also not mentored into becoming true fathers. Listen to this. I'm saying when your self-image is damaged, you'll have a lot of weaknesses in your leadership. You'll have a lot of weaknesses even in leading yourself. And so when you become a father, it is not just another kind of a lifestyle, but it is a level from where leadership is expected, where responsibilities are coming your way, and you ought not to run away from responsibilities, but to handle whatever comes your way and show that you are a true leader in the same. So becoming a father is just raising a level of leadership in your life. And so when your self-image is damaged, you can never stand to become a strong father. You can never stand to become a true father to your daughters and to your sons. And that's why many things are going wrong in our society, because we do not have that kind of leadership in family circles. We are lacking that leadership in family circles. And the problem did not start with the present generation. The problem has carried for 4 generations backwards. Now we must now understand that we need to rise to the occasion and do the necessary. We must train one another to understand how best to come back to to this level of leadership. We must train ourselves to understand that if we are not going to come back to our senses and do the right thing, we are losing not only a generation, but we are losing many generations. And so a father and a true father would tell his son. Now, the importance of this self-image is that when you grow up and become of age, you discover that there are more opposition that are there in the society than acceptance. There are more challenges outside there than maybe a free life that you would expect to live. There are more criticism outside there, more than what maybe you are trying to imagine. And that's why a father would take time to prepare his son plan for the future that was ahead. And we are also taking time to learn these things in order that we may prepare ourselves for the future to come, or for the better tomorrow, or for a tomorrow to come, or some years to come. It may not make sense to assign this time round, but within some years to come, it will make sense. To them that are grown up, it is time that God has given to all of us to correct our mistakes and to do things right. It is time that God has given us a voice to speak in our lives in order that we may consider the failures that are there and do the necessary through the information that we are receiving through Mataro TV. It is important to understand that when you become of age, my son, a father will tell his son that you will be opposed outside there. It is important for you to understand, my son, that when you become of age, you'll encounter many challenges outside there. It is important for you to understand, my son, that when you become of age, you'll be rejected so much outside there. And so a father would prepare his son to understand that it is not it is not a bed of roses ahead and that rise ahead of him, but there are many challenges. And a father would tell his son that leadership is all about challenges and containing the storms of life. And if you're not strong enough, you cannot handle yourself in the storms of life. So a father would tell his son, these are the things that you ought to understand and you ought to know. That in life, for you to make something out of life, you must prepare for many battles. A father would tell his son, you must prepare for many battles. They say it in their own saying that winners don't quit. Winners don't quit. Winners don't quit. So when the tough get going, also when the going get tough, the tough get going. So a father would tell his son, never ever turn your back to any battle that comes your way. You must always defend yourself and defend your rights and also defend your decision, because you cannot walk out there thinking that your decision matters to everybody else. Your decisions are your own decision, and if you don't know how to defend your decisions, if you don't know how best to defend your ideas, others may overshadow your ideas, your decisions, and misuse you for no good reason. And so a father would tell his son, in the midst of challenges, in the midst of battles, be prepared to fight your own battles. Be prepared to handle your own issues. Be prepared to walk that tough road. And at the end of the day, if you don't quit, as I've just said, that winners don't quit. If you don't quit, you become a winner. And when you quit, you become a failure, or you will suffer defeat. And so with that kind of an information from the father, a son would grow strong, and a son would walk out with an expectant heart, a heart that understands that criticism will come, but he should not turn away from criticism. That a heart that understands that challenges will come, but he should not turn away from challenges. A heart that understands that opposition will come, but he should not run away from opposition. A heart that understands that many things will come his way, and many of them being negative, but he should never turn his back to negativities. So a father would prepare his son to be able to handle himself in matters social leadership. So it is important, even in our generation, to raise sons who understand how to become strong leaders in social matters, how to become effective leaders in social matters, how to become influential leaders in social matters, but not a people who shrink back when a storm arises, a are people who shrinks back when challenges come. And you can bear me witness that a majority of men today live under fear. They do not have what it takes to stand when a challenge comes. They do not have to have what it takes when an opposition comes. You can bear me witness, as I've just said, that a majority of men are being controlled over few who understand what I'm teaching. A majority of men are being controlled by a few who understand what I'm saying. So you need to rise to the occasion. Every young man who is listening to me, it is not too late to recover. It is not too late, to mend up those torn parts of your life. It is not too late to believe again. Now start to see things from from a positive perspective. Now don't just see negative things. Start changing your mindset and start seeing things from a perspective from a positive perspective. That is, now listen to this and listen carefully. It is told that great opportunities are hidden in great problems and needs. So it is important to understand that if you are not opposed, you'll never discover great opportunities. If you're not challenged, you never discover great opportunities. If you're not criticized, you can never discover great opportunities. If you are never turned down, you can never discover great opportunities. So from today, understand that having battles coming your way, it is normal, and make use of such battles to discover an opportunity that is hidden in such battles. Make use of the criticism and the challenges and the opposition to discover the opportunities that are hidden there. So don't fear challenges, don't fear battles, don't fear criticism, don't fear opposition. There are opportunities inside. But for one to come to such an understanding, it will take a good father to lay a good foundation for their sons. It will take a good father to lay a good foundation for their daughters. And so today, we must tell ourselves the truth. We must address ourselves and tell ourselves as men, we are not going to quit this. We are not going to allow ourselves to become so useless in this life. We are not going to be mastered by things that ought not to master us. We are going to raise in ourselves a true self-image, a healthy self-image that will help us understand life better and will help us understand how we ought to conduct ourselves in social lives. Now from there, a father would disclose to his son the best that comes with social leadership. Now, you bear me witness that not so many people understand that they are leaders as men. We have grown in this kind of a mentality and this kind of a mindset that leaders come to us. We are not leaders, they are leaders. That one should be the thing of the past after you listen to this. Now, you need to understand, a father would tell his son, as much as I've trained you in individual leadership, now when you come to social leadership, when you come to community leadership, when you come to the leadership of the nation, you must understand this, that you are a leader in your own capacity. And I say it again, a father would challenge his son to understand that he is a leader in his own capacity. He may not be equal with another leader, but he should never forget that he is a leader in his own capacity. And a majority of men who are following me, you need to understand from today that you were born a leader and you are a leader in your own capacity. If you cannot make a national leader, make a village leader. If you cannot make a county leader, make yourself a society leader. See yourself from a level of leadership. Don't just wait for others to tell you what to do. Don't wait for others to dictate you on what matters to do or what not to do. Listen to this. Now, having understood that you are a leader in your own capacity, you don't allow people to manipulate you. You don't allow people to misuse you. You don't allow people to step on you. You understand that now that I am a leader in my own capacity, whoever leader comes my way, they must appreciate dialogue. It is not a yes no thing. It is a dialogue thing. Now from today, every man who is following me, understand that you are a leader in your own capacity, and what ought to happen when other leaders come, you need to appreciate dialogue, not man's decision or not man-made decisions. Yes, they have their own decision, but you have your own also decision. They have their own opinion, you have your own opinion. They have their own ideas, you have your own ideas. What we need to understand as leaders, it is we need to start dialogue, whatever levels of leadership we are in. Even in the village leadership, it is important that every man participate in the leadership of their village. It is important for men to understand the importance of participating in their society leadership, in their country leadership. Don't just politicize or don't just don't just politics. Don't only shout for no good reason. But as long as you are alive and kicking and you are a leader in your own capacity, let you engage other leaders. Don't shy off from engaging other leaders. They don't carry your life, you carry your own life. They cannot better your life. It is you to better your life. And as a true leader, stand your ground and tell yourself, from today, I refuse to be a yes person. I refuse to be a no person. I am a person who is able to speak for himself and to dialogue with other leaders for a better tomorrow. Now, I want to stop at that. But as I come back next time, I'll also show you how important you are and how unique you are in your own making. Now, may God bless you, even as we switch to the other side of the studio to receive a number that is coming on air in such a slow move as you enjoy.
Dadia Mokera, Ogosiete.